Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sisters Hot Off the Press. Today, I wanted to talk about the passing of DMX. This is my second time going live. I had to gather my emotions because this one really hurts. Such a fan of DMX. Excuse me. I'm such a fan. So this one, it hits kind of hard. So, um, I think so. For the past couple of days, he has been in a coma on life support, and TMZ broke the story um, that he had suffered an overdose, and that resulted in a heart attack, and he had been left with, or he didn't have oxygen for 30 minutes, so that did a lot of damage to his brain. And then other stories, well, I think his family had said that he had, you know, just suffered a heart attack. So, it was an overdose and a heart attack, or just a plain heart attack. But whatever it was, he was on life support. And so today, April 9th, his family released a statement and said that, he had passed away. And for the past couple of days, celebrities and everything have been posting like, oh, RIP DMX, and all this stuff before the family even announced it, or his, like his manager or anything announced it. And I just thought that was like so rude. Like, why are you announcing that before you even know, and before you hear from the family? I know Tiny posted, Lunel, Claudia Jordan. It was all kind of people posting that even before he, officially passed away. And so much so that his manager had to come out and basically like tell everybody, like, please stop posting that he passed away. He is still in hospital. Granted, he's on life support, but we haven't let the family make that decision. And I just thought that was just so, sad that, ridiculous that the manager had to come out and tell people to stop, making those posts. Like, what, you wanted to just be the first one to announce it? I didn't agree with it, and it really left a bad taste in my mouth. But anyway, it was released that he did pass away today. So let me share my screen, and I'll take you to TMZ's website. Give me 1 second to pull it up here. Okay, let me see here. Okay, let me go to it. Of course, fans and his family and everything were outside of the hospital these past couple of days. The whole Rough Riders crew has been out there playing his music and everything. So let me make sure my screen is being shared. Okay. So he was 50 years old. And so, they said what I said basically, that his brain, it had lack of oxygen for 30 minutes. So of course, that does real damage to your brain. And I guess they were doing tests, and it showed little to no brain activity. So he was on life support. So, you know, he was only 50 years old. And of course, we all know DMX, he has struggled with substance abuse in the past. He even said in an interview that a family friend that he, I guess like a, like a older family friend or something like that, he looked up to in the hood or whatever, actually is the one when he was 14 years old, is the one who started him on drugs. He slipped some, I believe he said crack into some weed, I guess, and had DMX smoke it. DMX didn't know. I guess he thought he was just smoking weed. And the guy had actually laced it with crack, and that's what started him on his drug addiction. And if you listen to that interview, oh man, it was so heartbreaking hearing him say those things. He was just crying. It was really sad. So, over the years, he have definitely, been in and out of rehab and everything, trying to kick the habit. And in these later years, it seemed like, he was doing good. Um, I'm a huge fan of the Rough Riders. Like, man, I am a huge, huge, huge fan. So when him and Snoop Dogg did, excuse me, guys, my voice, I'm a little shaky because I'm a little emotional. But when him and Snoop Dogg was announced that they were doing the um, rap battle, and let me stop sharing my screen really quick and come back on. Um, when it was announced that him and Snoop were doing the versus battle together, I was like, OMG, like this is about to be lit. I love Snoop Dogg, love DMX, the Battle of the Dogs. I was like so hyped. Oh my gosh. And it was everything that I um, expected it to be. I have said, like, to my family and everything, they already know. I have said, like, that versus battle was hands down the best versus battle. And so my mom, I get her to watch some of the versus battles, and she's like, that was boring. Like, ugh, like this is what the versus battle. I'm like, no, you have to watch the DMX and Snoop Dogg versus battle. The energy was good, the songs, the nostalgia, their chemistry, the vibe, it was perfect. Like they sang all their songs live. I'm like, you have to watch that one. And so I'm like, base it on that one or whatever. And so here comes, it'll be another versus battle. And I'm like, okay, mom, let's watch the versus battle again, this one versus that one. And she'd be like, oh, this is boring. I'm like, no, they're not all like this. Watch the DMX and Snoop Dogg versus battle. I'm telling you, it was the best one. I was constantly telling them to watch the DMX and Snoop Dogg one. That they were so tired of me saying that. They're like, girl, if you talk about DMX and that versus battle one more time, I'm just like, y'all just don't understand. That was so good. So yeah, I'm just such a fan, and I'm just so sad that he passed away. But if you know DMX, you know that he loves the Lord. Okay, DMX will pray on the drop of a dime. He'll pray for you on the drop of a dime, and he was one of the well, yeah, that I can remember, my generation. He was one of the first rappers to, talk about God in his songs with like unapologetically, because, in the music industry or, in these industries, they don't want you to talk about religion because, some people may not be religious and, that whole thing. DMX didn't care about that. He was not ashamed. He talked about God. He prayed. Man, he was a God-fearing man. And so I know now. I know. I'm 100% sure he is up there with God with his wings. Okay. So let me just share a little bit of the prayers that DMX did. And when he prayed, he didn't just, pray or pray for you or, because everybody would ask DMX, say a prayer, DMX, pray for me. And it wasn't just no simple, little prayer. No, he prayed with feeling. When he prayed, you felt the prayer. Okay. So let me just show you what I mean here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, give me 1 second to pull it up. Let me share my screen. I'm trying to keep my composure, guys. I know my voice is shaky. I'm just trying. Let me share my screen here. Okay. No, it's not that one. Dang it. It's the other one. Hold on. I wanted to leave off on that one. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. I have the other tab open. Give me 1 second. Why do I keep saying that one? Oh, jeez. That's not the one I want. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to work this StreamYard thing. I'm trying to. That's the one that Okay. Finally, I got it. Okay, here we go. Here's an example of some of the prayers. Let me
Always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact that you can see them well.
Wait, hold on.
The suburbs, the hood. May you judge us by our always trust everyone to be themselves.
Hold on, guys. Let me pull this up.
Judge us by our hearts and not by our mistakes. And see that we get our breakthrough, however long it takes. May you fill that void in our souls that will lay our fears to rest. But there's no way we can live for Jesus when we're living in the flesh. So I pray that you allow our spirits to be born, grow strong, move on, know right from wrong. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world or anything in the world. And we know what that means, but listen, we know the distance we need to be away from fire to keep it missing. That us to be will listen. Lord, you take care of fools and babies. Teach women to honor their men and men respect their ladies. But lately, so many of us have gone astray, doing wrong for so long that we've forgotten the way. Please bring us back home, instilling us the word, which is our backbone. We're just children that act grown. There is so much that we're entitled to, yet we receive so little. Because in this time of spiritual warfare, we're comfortable in the middle. So I pray that you open our eyes, give us the anointing to recognize the devil and his lies. If we keep our actions wise, good, from the suburbs to the hood. May you judge us by our hearts and not by our mistakes. And see that we get our breakthrough, however long it takes. May you fill that void in our souls that will lay our fears to rest. But there's no way we can live for Jesus when we're living in the flesh.
So that was the versus battle I was talking about. And they started it off with DMX praying. And boy, you can see in the comments, like everybody is with the prayer hands because they know when DMX prayed, he prayed from the heart, like you felt it. So let me pray. Let me pray. Let me play another one of his prayers. Give me 1 second here.
Father God, we thank you for this gathering of souls. The word says that when two or more gather in your name, that you are present, so we thank you for your presence. We ask that your grace and blessings are upon the show this evening. Pray that any obstacle the devil plans to place in our path be removed in the name of Jesus. We pray that there are no fightings, no stabbings, no shootings, no arrests, no drunk driving, no altercation or incidents whatsoever. We're able to bring quiet Girl, all right.
Let me play another one for you. And this, they said this is a freestyle.
Blessed the curse. I was born to die. Blessed the worst. Wings can't fly. But first things first, I will until I'm stretched to the hearse. Don't get me, but I ain't complicated. See, think about the truth. Most didn't ask God for what I wanted. I waited until he felt like I earned it. Then he gave it. Anything worth having is worth earning. The true nature of man is definitely worth learning. That's why you're concerned in yourself with discerning whether it's worth saving is usually worth burning. I knew from the start this life wasn't mine. That's why from the start I put my life on the line. Gangsters run around crying about dying. I got faith. I'ma go when it's my time. I hate who I love. That's the curse. I was born to die.
Man, you feel that, right? Let me play you one more.
Father, please walk with us through the bad times as well as the good. May we be heard and understood from the suburbs to the hood. May you judge us by our hearts and not by our mistakes. And see that we get our breakthrough, however long that it takes. May you fill that void in our souls. We'll lay our fears to rest. But there's no way we can live for Jesus when we're living in the flesh. So I pray that you allow our spirits to be born, grow strong, move on, know right from wrong. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world or anything in the world. What that means. But listen, Father, please walk with us through the bad times as well as the good. May we be heard and understood from the suburbs to the hood.
So, yes, DMX is flying high with God right now. You best believe he is. So, and it's first of all, his voice is just undeniable. When you heard his voice, you knew exactly who that was. That raw, gutter, raspy growl he has, there is none other. So I just want to leave you guys on a little happy note, just to show another side of DMX, more happy, joyful side. So let me share my screen here. Give me 1 second here. And I can't play the music because of YouTube, but look at him dancing. And this was just last year. This was right around the time he did the versus battle. He looked good, looked healthy, you know, just dancing. Just having a good time. Went back and almost fell back. Can't go low like that no more, DMX. So let me show you another one. Once again, just dancing, having a good time. Let me show you one more. And this looked like he's like backstage at a concert. I think this one was in 2019, I think. Yeah. Just having a good time, dancing. And this, of course, was the versus battle. Him and Snoop. Him and Snoop Dogg just vibing out, dancing, having a good time. The energy was so good, y'all, on this one. So yeah, I just want to leave on that note, a good note. Him um, dancing and enjoying himself. So I want to send my condolences and my thoughts and prayers to DMX and his family. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. We love you, DMX.